What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. Did you ever have one of those teachers that would tell you the bell doesn't dismiss you, I do? That's essentially Andrew Cuomo right now, the governor of New York, and the students are the people. So everybody is leaving the class, everybody is leaving New York State to neighboring states that have less restrictions when it comes to quarantine. I know this is a very serious situation that we're dealing with, of course. I just wanted to shed some humor in light of all this chaos. Today, the stock market climbed 1.5%, so this is the second green day in a row, and this is the first time we've seen that since February 8th. So this is huge. The market might be turning around. I don't want to give you false hope. It could come back down. This is based on the news that President Trump wants business open by Easter Sunday. We'll see if this is actually feasible. I'll talk about this later in the video. With all that said, guys, let's get into the trades. All right, so we're looking at Target News right now. I asked Google to tell me what the news is this morning, and it's not looking good. So I will show you this piece of news right here. So stock markets were choppy on Wednesday morning as of 8:16 a.m. The Dow Jones Industrial fell 0.4% and the S&P 500 fell 1.5%. Boeing is up 17% pre-market, along with the rest of the airline industry. So that's pretty huge. All right, and Target is off 2.5% because they withdrew their forecast and said it would scale back planned investments. So this might be some bad news for Target. I'm still looking at the fundamentals, of course. We're still seeing support along this, but there is a lot of consolidation happening. There's talks that the Senate bill is going to be passed today in the afternoon. So it's a $2 trillion stimulus package for individuals, for businesses, and recently the regime has changed. So the government was talking about how everyone's health is first and everybody should focus on COVID-19, and now they're switching to business. So this means that business is going to pick up, the S&P 500 is going to pick up, and we're seeing all the technical indicators show this. So we're at 54 RSI. It is a little high for me. So let's look at different industries. So we're looking at Boeing. Boeing is super overbought right now at 145, up 17% pre-market. You're seeing Nike shoot up. It's at $80.85. So they just had their earnings call yesterday. When a company has their earnings call, it gives the numbers for the previous quarter and their predictions for the next quarter. I'm going to go through my watch list right now and find out if anything is a good buy. Boeing is not. VIG is overbought. VOO is overbought. V&Q is overbought. VTI, VUG, VGT. All these Vanguard funds seem to be overpriced right now. We have Triple Q. Yeah, so it's looking like everything is super overbought right now. The market just opened, guys. Target is falling down because of the news. It's going into oversold territory, so we might see it bounce off of this resistance at 97.15. We'll wait to find out. S&P 500 is going up. Of course, you already see that in the top right chart. This is the S&P 500 growth. XLK is a tech sector ETF. We're seeing Dow Jones Industrial find support along the EMA and SMA. Twitter is right now consolidating, so this might actually be something to look into today. It's at $25 a share. Let me look at the options pricing for this. Looking at Twitter, let's look at the options. Give it a 3-month expiration date, June 19th, and right now the options are fairly good price. So all right, and I'm gonna buy one contract. I'm gonna try to buy it off of the bid price again, $2, and we'll see if it gets filled. All right, so now my call is at $1.90. I've lost $8 on this, and Target is at 101. In my video yesterday, I mentioned laggers and leaders, so Twitter might be lagging behind the rest of the market as well as Target. Let me draw some support and resistance lines. So there's one right here. All right, so you're seeing it already come up. It's coming up to this simple moving average line, the blue line right here. So we'll zoom in so we can get a clearer picture of this. Okay, so we're seeing a green candle. It's coming back up. All right, so my alert for Target just went off. It crossed below the support that I had. We'll see if this is a low or if this is actually going to be a close. So we're seeing it come up already. It's at 97.17. We're seeing Twitter rise up, follow the rest of the market. Look at this. So you see this is following a very similar pattern to what we saw with the S&P 500 pre-market, okay? I'm hoping that Target follows suit, but there is a lot of bad news about it, as I mentioned earlier. Looking back at my calls, I'm at 205 for Twitter, so I'm up $8 on the Twitter, and I am down $3 on my Target call. All right, so we're at 208. I'm gonna look at the charts for this call. It's at 203. So I'm up $14. All right, here we go. It's at 416. Let's look at the charts. Here are the charts, and it's coming up. It's coming back to this SMA and EMA lines, and we're looking at Target here. We're seeing it come up back from the support that I had. So we saw it close at 97.30 in the last 5 minutes, and now we saw this green candle. So hopefully we come back up to the EMA and SMA line. I'm up $30 on this trade so far, 32. All right, so it's going up. So let's look at the bid and the ask spread. It's 12 cents and then $1.89. So that's really big. Looking at this, we see that it crossed above the SMA and EMA line. We're seeing the S&P 500 come up to this previous resistance, okay? So if it breaks this, it'll go to the next level, and I will show you where the next level is. So we're looking at the 20-day chart. So the next resistance level will probably be at 242.50, and then the next one after that is going to be 268.40. I don't know if we'll see that much volatility today. We have some great news from the Senate about the stimulus package, so that might boost the economy. All right, so you might be asking, when am I going to sell this Twitter call? Whenever I see this RSI come to 70, that is the moment I will sell this. That means it's going to overbought territory and it's going to turn around. So I want to make a quick flip on this today and make our profit. I've been bag holding this target call. It's been consolidating for the last 3 days, which has been super frustrating for me. Whenever you're holding an option, you will lose money due to time decay. I'm up my account balance. I'm up $133. Let's look at my target call. So right now I'm down $9. So looking at the weekly chart for this, we can see there is a support around right here. So it's probably at an average of like 88 cents or so. Hopefully it'll come up to a point where I can justify selling this. Another thing that I wanted to mention, guys, is volume. Whenever you're seeing a lot of volume, these blue lines right here, that means that people are either buying or selling. So the more buys and sells you get, the larger this blue line becomes. So I'll zoom in so you can get a clearer picture. You see here these giant blue bars, and then this is after hour trading. So there's not a lot of volume in pre-market and after hour trading. All right, so we saw Target break the support that I had. It's going down. It's at 96.43. So I'm no longer seeing value in holding this. We had all the bad news, and now we're seeing it trend down. But I'm not going to sell it just yet, okay? I'm going to wait for it to go to an RSI that isn't oversold. I'm going to wait for it to come back up to this EMA and SMA line. So this is Ford. Ford is seeing support along this SMA line. There was some news that came out about Ford, and I'll read that to you. Automakers, tire manufacturers announced plant closures in Mexico. Okay, that is not good news. All right, so Ford is partnering with GE and 3M to build ventilators. So this might be some great news. So this might see some good market sentiment, and it might be a good time to buy. I'll wait for the RSI, and I'll wait for the MACD to show signs, to indicate signs of a reversal. All right, let's pull up Twitter here. See what it's doing. It's coming back down. There's a new support line at around 25.38. Let's see if it bounces off that. It's in at a 36 RSI. All right, where did that notification come from? That was... All right, so that was my Twitter notification, and it is at 25.05. So we're seeing it along this support. See what happens. So Target also broke a new one. It is selling off like crazy. The entire market is selling off right now, but we might find support along this SMA and these EMA lines. Look back at Ford, so we're seeing it at right above this EMA line at 527. We'll wait for the MACD to show signs of a reversal before we buy a call on it. All right, so we're seeing the market come back up. Ford is at 42 RSI, so it's showing signs of a reversal. I'll wait just a little bit, see what happens. All right, I'm going to buy a call in Ford today. All right, so we are going to buy an in the money call for this. Whenever you're buying in the money, that means the strike price is lower than the share price. Twitter is finding support along this 2480 mark, as I mentioned earlier, and Ford is finding support right around here at 523. All right, so it's the last 2 minutes of the market, and it's crashing right now. We're still up 1.36%, so we're about to have our second green day in a row, and this is the first time that we've seen 2 green days in a row since February 8th. Okay, so we're seeing a lot of volume pick up on Target. There was a lot of selling volume. We'll see if this turns around, but market sentiment for Target is not high. And we see AMD is also selling off, but the news on AMD is showing signs that it's going to go up. But I'm not going to buy into this just yet. I bought calls earlier, and it looked like it took a turn for the horse. So we're going into oversold territory, though. It might be a good time to buy tomorrow morning. We're seeing the S&P 500 continue to come down. It's only at 1.06%. We'll see if it ends up green. We have 8 seconds left. 8 seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right, and that is the bell. All right, so tune in tomorrow. I'll be bringing you my trades. Let's look at my history of what I bought and what I sold today. Bought a Twitter contract at $200, and I somehow bought a second one. I'm not sure how that ended up happening. I don't know if that was a glitch. You can see I sold these for $550, 2 contracts at $275. And then I sold out of Target. I sold 2 of my contracts at 101. You can see I bought 1 contract at 116, and this was completely by accident. I wasn't looking at what I was doing. So let's scroll up some more. So we see that I bought another contract at 120. So my average cost for my Target contracts is about $1.17, which is really overpriced for today at least. We'll see what happens tomorrow morning. Looking at AMD, I bought 1 contract at 205. Okay, so that's that. I'll show you my account balance. My account balance is at $4,561.81. I am up $132.86 today. So it's been an exciting day. Seen a lot of red, seen a lot of green, but I've seen more green than red. That's what matters. So thanks for tuning in today, guys. Stick around tomorrow, and I'll be showing you another day of trading. So yeah, see you guys. Bye.